Cyrus adds Brad and Portia to his hit list. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers tease that Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, is just as dangerous now as he's ever been. As viewers know, Cyrus was recently revealed to be the person who injected Digitalis into Sam McCall's Kelly Monaco IV, which ended up killing her. Cyrus' motives for killing Sam remain unclear at this time, but she is far from his only target. A week or so before Christmas, Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, confronted Cyrus about his presence at General Hospital the day Sam died. Cyrus took advantage of an opportunity to corner Dex along just a few feet away from the crowds at Rice Plaza. He stabbed Dex from behind. Dex was injured, but after surgery to close the wound, he was expected to make a full recovery. Unfortunately, he died exactly the same way Sam did, and although Cyrus wasn't shown doing it, it's likely he also drugged Dex. Sadly, that's not likely to be the end of it either. Cyrus isn't thought highly of among Port Charles residents. It wasn't all that long ago that he was actively trying to take over Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard territory, killing anyone who got in his way. He went to prison and claims to have found religion. Then he found a loophole in the legal system and managed to score his freedom once again. He's very much leaned into his charity work, but the people of Port Charles aren't having it. Recently, Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, very publicly made it clear that no one was buying Cyrus' Reformed Act. After his confrontation with Brad, Cyrus was told he was no longer welcome at General Hospital at all by Deere, Portia Robinson, Brooke Care. Cyrus protested, but Portia was quite firm. Cyrus was visibly upset, although he ended up leaving the hospital. But that won't be the end of it. Both Brad and Portia may put themselves at the top of Cyrus' hit list. And even though he's not welcome in the hospital, that likely won't keep him from sneaking in to do whatever he wants. Although Brad and Portia may be at the top of his list, no one is safe in Port Charles until Cyrus is brought to justice once and for all. Why did Cyrus kill Sam? Have both Brad and Portia unknowingly made themselves Cyrus' next victim? Who will stop Cyrus once and for all? Anything can happen in Port Charles, so keep watching General Hospital, airing weekdays on ABC. And don't forget to check back right here regularly for all your General Hospital news, information, and spoilers. General Hospital has been a hub of tension, drama, and unexpected twists for years, consistently delivering storylines that leave viewers on the edge of their seats. Among the many plot lines that have recently captivated fans, one of the most intense and sinister developments has involved the notorious Cyrus Renault. A key antagonist in the show, Cyrus has brought with him a wave of chaos and danger, targeting anyone who stands in his way as he seeks to expand his criminal empire. His ruthless nature and cold, calculating demeanor have made him a figure who will stop at nothing to get what he wants. However, it seems that Cyrus is now shifting his focus, and it's not just the usual suspects who find themselves in his crosshairs. Recent spoilers have revealed that Cyrus has added Brad Cooper and Portia Robinson to his hit list, two characters whose lives are about to become more perilous than ever. For fans who have been following General Hospital for any length of time, Cyrus' reign of terror has been one of the most unsettling arcs in recent memory. Played by actor Jeff Kober, Cyrus' arrival in Port Charles heralded a new era of crime and corruption, and his involvement in various criminal enterprises has sent shockwaves through the entire town. As the head of a dangerous drug syndicate, Cyrus' ambitions go far beyond simple criminal activity. His ultimate goal seems to be to control not only the streets of Port Charles, but also the people who inhabit it. He's willing to use manipulation, threats, and even violence to achieve his objectives. Cyrus is no stranger to ruthlessness, and his track record speaks for itself. From causing the death of key characters to exerting control over various individuals, Cyrus has shown time and time again that he has no qualms about causing harm to those who oppose him. However, the latest development involving Cyrus adds an even darker layer to his character. By targeting Brad and Portia, two characters who have largely stayed out of his sphere of influence up until now, Cyrus is signaling that he's ready to escalate. Individuals have found themselves inadvertently drawn into Cyrus' web of intrigue, and it's clear that their lives are about to take a dangerous turn. What makes this development particularly chilling is the fact that Brad and Portia may not be as equipped to handle Cyrus' threats as some of the more seasoned characters in Port Charles. Both have been through their own personal struggles and challenges, but facing off against someone like Cyrus could prove to be more than they can handle. Brad Cooper, portrayed by actor Perry Shen, is a character who has had a tumultuous journey on the show. Once a trusted member of the Quartermain family, Brad's life took a dramatic turn when he became involved in a series of morally questionable decisions. One of the most significant and controversial moments in Brad's storyline was his role in switching the babies of Nell Benson and Michael Corinthos, an act that set off a chain of events that would have long-lasting consequences. Brad's actions caused immense pain to multiple families, and as a result, he became a pariah in Port Charles. However, Brad has since tried to redeem himself, albeit in a series of awkward and often frustrating attempts. He has formed relationships with various characters, including the likes of Lucas Jones and Britt Westburn, but his past mistakes continue to haunt him. Despite his attempts at redemption, Brad's actions have caught the attention of some of the most dangerous individuals in Port Charles, none more so than Cyrus Renault. With his deep ties to organized crime, Cyrus has a vested interest in controlling people who might be susceptible to his influence or threats. Brad, who has found himself in precarious situations in the past, may now be facing the consequences of his earlier decisions. While Brad's past sins are likely a factor in his inclusion on Cyrus' hit list, it's also possible that the drug lord sees Brad as someone who could be manipulated to serve his purposes. Given that Brad has been involved in illegal activities in the past, it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility that Cyrus would use Brad as a pawn in his larger game. Portia Robinson, on the other hand, is a character whose involvement in this situation is perhaps more surprising. Played by actress Brooke Kerr, Portia is a respected physician in Port Charles, known for her dedication to her patients and her professional demeanor. Portia's life, however, has not been without its challenges. As a single mother to Trina Robinson, Portia has often found herself navigating the complexities of family dynamics, personal relationships, and career goals. While Portia has not been directly involved in the criminal world the way some other characters have, her connection to prominent figures in Port Charles makes her a target for someone like Cyrus. Cyrus' decision to target Portia likely stems from her connection to key individuals in Port Charles, particularly her ties to Curtis Ashford and Jordan Ashford. Curtis, a private investigator and former police officer, has been investigating Cyrus for some time, and his alliance with Portia could make her a valuable asset, or a potential threat, in Cyrus' eyes. Additionally, Portia's work in the medical field could make her a useful tool for Cyrus if he needs someone with medical expertise. In the world of organized crime, people like Portia can quickly become entangled in dangerous situations, whether they like it or not. Cyrus, always calculating and strategic, likely sees an opportunity to exploit Portia's position and her relationships in order to further his own agenda. What's particularly dangerous for both Brad and Portia is that Cyrus doesn't operate according to the usual rules of engagement. Unlike some villains who may be deterred by law enforcement or moral opposition, Cyrus is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, whether that means using brute force, manipulation, or psychological warfare. Cyrus will stop at nothing to ensure his victory. Brad and Portia, who may have thought they were safe from his influence, now find themselves in a dangerous game of survival. For Brad, the stakes are incredibly high. His past actions have already caused him to lose much of the trust and respect of the people around him. If Cyrus were to target him directly, Brad could find himself in a life-threatening situation, one where his own decisions could come back to haunt him in the worst possible way. Moreover, Brad has few allies who could help him navigate this new danger, especially considering his fractured relationships with many of Port Charles' key players. While he may still have some support from people like Britt, it's unclear whether she will be able to help him in the face of someone as powerful and dangerous as Cyrus. For Brad, this could mark the beginning of a new chapter in which he must fight not only for his freedom, but the threat posed by Cyrus is no less dire. As a respected professional, Portia is not used to dealing with the criminal underworld. Her primary concern has always been her patients and her family, and the idea of becoming entangled in Cyrus' world is something she would likely do anything to avoid. However, given her proximity to people who have directly clashed with Cyrus, Portia is now in a position where she could be dragged into his web against her will. Her status as a respected physician may make her an even more valuable target for Cyrus, who could use her medical expertise for his own nefarious purposes. As the tension mounts, it's clear that the lives of Brad and Portia are in grave danger. Both characters are about to face some of the most intense and life-threatening challenges of their lives, and it remains to be seen how they will navigate this perilous situation. Will they be able to outsmart Cyrus and survive his wrath? Or will they become the latest victims of his ruthless criminal empire? One thing is for certain. The stakes have never been higher for Brad and Portia, and their future in Port Charles is uncertain at best. Fans will have to stay tuned to see how this high-stakes drama unfolds as the clock ticks down on their lives, and their fate remains in the hands of the most dangerous man Port Charles has ever known.